Barbados, get up.
Good morning, Barbados, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, 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 morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, morning, Barbados, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, morning, Barbados, good morning.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Morning to you.
Good morning to you on this Thursday, January 2nd. Welcome to the first Morning Barbados presentation for 2025. I'm Tisha Hines. I'll be here with you until 8 o'clock this morning. I'm so happy that you decided to wake up with us again this year. As we look toward the year, we wish only success, joy, happiness, great health, and of course, many, many opportunities throughout the year for you and yours. Remember, you can find us wherever socials are, so check us out online or drop us an email if you think you'd like to see something or someone or a feature here on Morning Barbados, because it's all about you. Well, I'm interested in finding out what you did for the Old Year's Night, New Year's Eve celebration, or the New Year's Day celebrations, as the case might be. I know many people opted to stay home or just do something low-key, like go to the beach and watch the fireworks, which is what we're hearing a lot of. But we wanted to share with you all the ways that people were able to celebrate Old Year's Night, as we call it in Barbados, New Year's Eve, as some people might refer to, all across the island.
And with that, the 2024 season comes to an end.
Well, not quite. I know there's still lots happening, but I certainly hope you enjoyed, even if it was just sitting on your patio gallery, as we would say in Barbados, and enjoying those beautiful displays. If you didn't have that vantage point, going down to the beach, particularly with the little ones, to have a good time. We are going to be telling you all about what 2025 has to offer this morning. Senator John King is going to be in. He is the gentleman charged with leading the grouping heading towards regathering this year. So he'll be in to share more about that. And coming up, a message from Prime Minister Mia Amor-Motley. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Regathering 2025 is all about the people. That's the biggest part of things. It really is a celebration designed to bring people home, get Barbadians back into Barbados, and allow us to really enjoy everything there is to offer here in Barbados. Regathering will be moving all across Barbados in the coming months. So there's lots to do. I know coming up on Arrow Day, we're going to start with an amazing celebration at Archers Bay. Let me just pull up my information so that I can share some of it with you. So some very interesting things happening for Regathering 2025. You want to make sure that you participate. I mean, like, you can't miss it because there's so much happening as we move around from parish to parish. And it's going to go in the same order that it did in 2020. Well, it ended in March for obvious reasons. You know that there was, of course, COVID-19. So that, of course, was the challenge. So for many of us, it was a very interesting time back then, but certainly the way it got started was wonderful for us. You never realize that you have this many messages until you're looking for the one message. And then, of course, I'm under the gun, sitting in front of you, trying to look for it. I will pull this up. And by the time we get through with this next message from Prime Minister Motley, I am sure that I'll have that ready for you. But while welcoming Barbadians at home and abroad to enjoy the activities slated for the various parishes throughout the year, the Prime Minister reminds us that the initiative will welcome ideas. It's not just about a homecoming. So it's a celebration for all Barbadians, visitors, and locals alike to really get us in the headspace that we need to be in to move into the next century.
Family and friends all, Happy New Year. As we celebrate the beginning of 2025, I do so with complete excitement and, yes, great expectations. This year, I believe, stands to be one of the greatest our country has ever seen. In 2024, we came together to lay the groundwork for success with hard work and determination. We will continue to do so. But in 2025, we're going to start to see the results of it. This year, we also will have the privilege of welcoming all Bajans from near and far to come long home to celebrate all things Barbados with Regathering 2025. We started this in 2020 and it didn't quite work. We had plans and God had plans, and we have emerged from those things 5 years later stronger and better. We've lost a few, and we will spare our thoughts for them even as we celebrate 2025. But with this special year-long celebration, we're celebrating you. Yes, you. For without our people, Barbados is nothing. And you see, I am aware of the sacrifices that you have had to make in the last few years. And we feel more than ever, this is our time to start to celebrate each other. Celebrate you, one by one by one by one. You see, at its core, We Gather in 2025 is really about us as a people. It is a celebration designed to inspire not just national pride in all Barbadians, but also individual pride, to create the environment for us to create the best version of ourselves and indeed the best version of Barbados for us, by us. I want you to imagine a year where every parish comes alive with the excitement and celebration. We culture starting this month with St. Lucy and climaxing next December with all of us from all 11 parishes, with everyone coming together to showcase the best of who we are, as I said. Picture the laughter and the conversations of reunited families, of excursions, of schoolmates, of old friends, filling the air with joy and nostalgia. Where I see you for so long, where you now come from? All them things you're going to hear about the place. We Gather in 2025, my friends, is our greatest opportunity to deepen our bonds and revel in the pride of being a Barbadian. That old Satchmore song, I am a proud Barbadian, and I like Not only that, my friends, but as we celebrate, we will build. With We Gathering, we will welcome ideas and solutions to make Barbados world-class, because that is who we must always aspire to be. We will also pay homage to our nation builders, our heritage, our social activities, and our cuisine associated with each parish. And we do so recognizing that our attempt to allow you to nominate among your community, from your community, persons for the Pride of Barbados Awards is an important part of our celebration. So my Bajans, my people, come along home and make the pot a little sweeter. Along the way, we will celebrate our 4th year as a republic. We will commemorate the 400th anniversary of the British landing at Old Town in May of 1625, when May of 2025 comes. And the hosting of the season of emancipation will also be better than ever, crop over, bigger than ever, especially since those Philippines will tell us that We Gathering is in St. Farlap in July. And of course, we will celebrate from the 22nd to the 31st of August, Carifesta 15. And then as we go into NIFCA, we celebrate our independence, conscious that from the 1st of December 2025, we start the journey of our 60th year as a nation. My friends, make your plans, book your tickets. And for those of us who living in Christchurch but come from St. Lucy, get your car and everything ready to go back down. And for those of us on the 1st of January, tomorrow, you will see a motorcade going this entire island. Come out and wave and let everyone know that when your turn comes in your parish, we gathering not as a homecoming alone, but a celebration of all that is Bajan. Us, our visitors, our friends, all of us going to come together in this big, big Kahobla pot of 2025. My friends, come long home.
Of course, that was our PM talking about all we can expect this year through We Gathering. Coming up, we'll give you some highlights of that motorcade. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. So that from the cement plant coming all the way around, Maycox right around, we have bays. And this one, Archer's Bay, where we are standing at, is one that has remained unspoiled. It is one of those, I remember the days of having mass excursions down here. So therefore, individuals coming home, they come home to the same Archer's Bay, River Bay, Cove Bay, and these bays that they would have left. St. Lucie is about family. If there's one thing about St. Lucie, they are the surnames, so they'll come back and they're still the Griffiths and the Barbs and the Graves and so forth. And therefore, you're coming back to home. The animal flower cave in itself is still that wonder. We are welcoming St. Lucie persons to come home and see the same St. Lucie that tourists come here to enjoy.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
So make sure you head on down to Archer's Bay if you've not been there for a long time or you haven't been as yet. You want to make sure that you get ready for that big celebration that will be happening on the 21st of January, but there's so much happening before then. Before we get into telling you more about what is coming up in January as we celebrate throughout St. Lucie, let's take a peek at that motorcade and see how things went down.
To move on this map, some say but we getting slack, and we ain't work for party shot at from my sweet Barbados. Let me see some hands in the air, cause the more them fight, it's you I like every day. Hey. Puffin', riding through every district to get ahead. Oh, the wicked want on be stupid. Promise we that going do this and do the next. We got homeless people don't live no way, who will sick with cancer, dead in from AIDS, and a couple thousand for that is so hard to raise. Now you hear that poor people getting ups and a quick million ways to getting stopped. Like material things is more important to God. Lord, solid as a rock. It's right here. I intend to stop them, could beat me till a drop. I can shake out the blood.
Oh, definitely a good time was had by all going out with that motorcade, getting to know everyone. I know as I reflect on the beginnings of regathering back in 2020, we had a fantastic time moving across St. Lucie and really getting to know the people, the areas. I thought I knew St. Lucie well. However, there were places I never even heard about, places I had not even seen. And that's what it's all about. It's about rediscovering our home. Hey, we're going to take a break. Of course, Old Year's Night was big here in Barbados as well, but there was no event bigger than Q in the community. We teamed up with Export Barbados and a few other major partners to stage the biggest Old Year's Day into Night event, which was Q in the community. And if you missed it, you missed the biggest party for 2024, but don't fear. We have the highlights right here. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
We enjoy a game with Dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love Q.
When you love me, love me. Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
The time has moved on to just about 28 minutes before 7 o'clock. Time for some highlights from Q, the Old Year's Day into Night edition. Oh dear, they're taking long to get that done. I thought we'd left the monsters in 2024, but obviously we didn't. So I'm still trying to pull up that information that I told you all about for QFM, not for Q in the community, but for regathering. So while we look at this, I will pull up the information. I think they're ready now.
4, 3, 2, 1. Investing when it turns in. It's cute. They're holding old people. I mean old as in old, but just come together and enjoy themselves. And I really can't translate the way she made me feel. Music played on and the mercury just went higher. So
A wonderful time was had by all. That is what Q in the Community is all about. Back bigger and better in 2025. I am struggling with the year. I am sure you are as well. Usually we take a little time to kind of get into the groove of things when we're into a new year. So I know you will bear with me. I have to say a special good morning to those of you who went out of your way to send me wonderful messages throughout the last few days. You would note that here on Morning Barbados we did big reviews. So on the 30th and 31st, we took a look back on all of the partners and sponsors and everybody who came through to make Morning Barbados what it was. And we'd like to wish you, as always, the very best in 2025 as we welcome back a few of the familiar faces and also bring some new faces to the screen as well. So in doubling back and telling you more about We Gathering, of course, we want to give you an update of what is happening in St. Lucie this month. So there's lots to do and lots to see. Now, coming up on Saturday, there's going to be an open day for businesses in St. Lucie, and that's going to take place at Mount Gay Distilleries, the Barbados Light and Power Company, main station down there, Meridian, Arawak Cement, and lots of the other companies are going to be offering an open day for people to be able to come in and see exactly what they do, how operations are done, and really how they engage with the community in St. Lucie. Then on the 5th, there's going to be a Thanksgiving service at the St. Lucie Parish Church. So you should head on down and make it to that event. It's coming up on Sunday at St. Lucie's Parish Church. On the 9th, there will be tree planting at all the schools in St. Lucie. So Sailor Primary, Half Moon Fort, St. Lucie, Darrell Jordan School, Ignatius Bayer. I still always say St. Lucie, you know how it goes. January 12th, Lucie's Legends. It's an award ceremony and cocktail reception, and that is going to happen at the Darrell Jordan School. We'll tell you more about that. There will be a T20 cricket match that is coming up as well on the 18th. And then, of course, the marquee event for St. Lucie is going to be January 21st. Family, food, and fun is the theme for St. Lucie, and that is going to be all day at Archers Bay. So it's from 10 o'clock in the morning. There is lots of work going on as we speak. Like I told you, I had the opportunity to go down to Archers Bay. It is a beautiful spot, gorgeous lookout. On the day of the event, you will not be able to use the steps to go down to the beach for obvious reasons. They don't want little ones getting into trouble. The Coast Guard won't be able to offer you support based on how rough the water can be in that area sometimes. So you'll be able to enjoy the beautiful views from the vantage point at Archers Bay. You won't be able to go down to the bay on the day of, but it's going to be a wonderful affair. Lots of performances, food and drink, and everything we've come to love about moving all across our island and thinking about what old-time excursions used to be. I know MP Peter Phillips and his entire team are working tirelessly to make it happen. So make sure you come on out and be a part of it. Of course, Morning Barbados and CBC will be on the move as well. So you can look out for us in the coming weeks in St. Lucie. We definitely will be up north. All right, time for another break here on Morning Barbados, but we have lots more coming your way. We're going to do a little bit of a throwback as we look toward celebrations for Christmas 2024. And what's Christmas without a great ham cutter or some stuffing? So that's all next. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love Crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
So good in a party
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
The hustle and bustle is on. It's just before Christmas. And the quickest thing that we can think to have right now is a ham cutter done by Smart Meats.
So this is a molasses cured ham, cured to perfection. Soft, succulent.
Low sodium?
Low sodium as well. So you don't have to do anything, no boiling with the ham, you just cook it. It's very easy to prepare.
So basically this is a low sodium molasses ham, and we sell this ham like a whole joint, or you can have it sliced for sandwiches. It's ready to eat. You have nothing to do. It is your option if you would prefer the whole joint just par cook and you go home and finish it and slice it for your sandwiches, or we do a pre-packaged fully cooked hams. We sell that to a couple of gourmet shops on the island, but you can also purchase it from Smart Meats. So what I'm going to do now, when Brian finished slicing a couple, I'm going to assemble a Smart Meats ham cutter using local salt bread. So tell me a bit about this molasses cured ham. What makes this ham different from the normal other hams that I'm going to find on the market?
Well, this is low in sodium, so it's healthy. It's cured with kosher salt,
pink
salt, a lot of love, thyme. That's important.
And to be on the safe side, we are using local pork in all of our hams, correct?
Yes, please. Won't have it any other way.
100% local pork, cured in kosher salt and molasses. And we all know molasses is a good nutritional value for controlling blood pressure, regulation of blood pressure, veins, vascular veins, and all of that.
Well, the pink color of the ham is when you use the curing salt. I do like a calculation of the weight per what I have to do, work the magic, and then you get the pink coming out, because that shows that the ham is actually cured correctly. When the pink is going right through, you're good.
And that has to do also with the mere fact that our curing method is actually an injecting method. We use a wet cure. So our cure is not a dry cure, it is a wet cure, where we can control our salt levels in our hams. So we're going to get some cooking now on this ham to assemble a ham cutter. So Mr. Smart has assisted me in putting a couple slices of ham into the pan. Then we're going to top it with some iceberg lettuce, local tomato and cucumber, and our house-made honey mustard sauce. What I do, I normally reduce my honey into a pot, and then I deglaze with my mustard, whisk and reduce down. You may add a little bit of arrowroot, which is cornstarch water, if you want your sauce a little bit thicker and not runny. And then I normally make this like 5 days before Christmas to let it fully get infused. So our ham is ready. So we're going to start to assemble our ham cutters. This is our Smart Meats ham. For me, basically is how you like your ham cutters. Some people like their ham cutters overflowing with ham. Some people like their ham cutters 2 slices per bed, but to me it's your personal preference how you like your ham cutter. So that is our sandwich, and then you come here with the honey mustard and you just do a little drizzle and you are all set to go. Quick and easy meal. Ready for your caramel? modeling note for you. It's Christmas season, and after the hustle and bustle and we've decorated the house, baked the ham and the turkey, we have the leftover ham trimmings and turkey trimmings. What do? For me, I do a good old-fashioned biscuit stuffing, where Mr. Smart is dicing up the ham bits for me. I'm going to add to that some chives, some fresh mixed herb which can have in sage, rosemary, thyme, marjoram, my grandmother's good old-fashioned mellow cream butter. Can't do stuffing without that. Tricolor diced peppers, fresh ginger, fresh garlic, crushed red chili or Scotch bonnet peppers, and onions. So we're about to make a good old-fashioned stuffing. And my grandmother always say the root to a good stuffing is sweating those herbs. So we're going to get this oil into the pan. And what we're going to do, we're going to add the diced ham to the base of the pan. What we normally call, we seasoning the pan with some ham, so it will have the flavor. And then after that, we're going to add the onions, ginger, and garlic. Fresh ginger makes everything nice. Ginger, garlic, and my semi-bouquet garni of fresh herbs, the thyme, marjoram, and the sage, and the rosemary. So we're going to let that infuse into that pork. Yes, creating a sizzle and sweating all our ingredients together to have that flavor running through. Nothing like a grandmother's stuffing. Then we're going to add some mellow cream. Everything's better with mellow cream. It's too bad when it coming off the spoon too bad. Right? So we're sweating at this stage, infusing flavors. Add some tricolor peppers. And look at that color coming already. You can omit the peppers. Everybody don't use peppers, but I use peppers so that I will get that color in my stuffing, especially if I'm going to use the stuffing as a side dish or stuff it into a turkey or chicken or turducken, which is a chicken, turkey, and duck stuffed into each other. Some chives. And I have my biscuits soaked overnight, so I choose Eclipse biscuits for my stuffing all the way. For me, I soak my biscuits overnight in chicken stock, which I make my chicken stock from scratch. I use the chicken bones coming off from the butcher shop, like when we on-bone chicken breast. I put them in a pan with some water, celery, onions, thyme, and marjoram. Let that boil and infuse. Season it with a little salt. Then I raft it and strain it. So I soak my biscuits in that, along with some fresh herbs. So this is the stage that we're at now, wet biscuit. So Eclipse biscuits is my preference for stuffing because I find that it can stand up to the soaking. So then we add the biscuits. Then we're going to incorporate everything. So we call this a stovetop stuffing. So as soon as everything is incorporated, you can eat this stuffing. Some people prefer to grease a loaf pan and place it in the oven as a side dish. To make it vegetarian, you will obviously omit your ham, and this is a good Christmas addition to your meal. We call it a dressing. So we're going to have some testers. So at this stage, your stuffing is ready. So the other step for some people would be a pan and into the oven. So we're going to have some testers try this stuffing. I'm going to present this stuffing to you, and then we're going to get some testers. All right. So this is my grandmother's good old-fashioned biscuit stuffing. Season's greetings.
Put it back and let's have a... This was super, chef.
You're welcome.
So Lyndon didn't have to work today. I guess this is cheers to Sunday shopping.
Cheers to Sunday shopping.
Cheers. And to Christmas.
And to Christmas.
And to ham.
And to ham.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it. Bajan to the Bone. weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It's time for the news on this Thursday, January 2nd, 2025. I'm Tishia Hines. This year stands to be one of the biggest for Barbados. And as the country celebrates We Gathering 2025, Prime Minister Mia Motley urges all Barbadians near and far to come home. She says this is Barbados' time to shine and create the best version of ourselves. Prime Minister Motley made the remarks delivering her New Year's wishes.
In 2024, we came together to lay the groundwork for success with hard work and determination. We will continue to do so. But in 2025, we're going to start to see the results of it. This year, we also will have the privilege of welcoming all Bajans from near and far to come long home to celebrate all things Barbados with We Gather in 2025. We started this in 2020 and it didn't quite work. We had plans and God had plans, and we have emerged from those things 5 years later stronger and better.
Prime Minister Motley says she is aware of the sacrifices Barbadians have had to make, but she stresses that without the people, Barbados is nothing, and now is the time to celebrate each other.
Picture the laughter and the conversations of reunited families, of excursions, of schoolmates, of old friends, filling the air with joy and nostalgia. Where I ain't see you for so long, where you now come from? All them things you're going to hear about the place. We Gather in 2025, my friends, is our greatest opportunity to deepen our bonds and revel in the pride of being a Barbadian. That old Satchmore song, I am a proud Barbadian.
Now, We Gathering celebrations were set in motion just yesterday with an island-wide motorcade. Director of the We Gathering Secretariat, Senator John King, speaking at the start, said Barbadians are much more talented than they get credit for. He says We Gathering 2025 will prove that Barbadians are a capable people. Trevor Thorpe reports.
The day-long session brought back glimpses of the Cropover Festival as the music truck led the motorcade from the car park of the National Cultural Foundation and along the ABC Highway towards the first stop at the National Botanical Gardens. Special advisor to We Gathering 2025, Senator John King, says the initiative will touch everyone.
From civil servants to police officers, to nurses, to doctors, to business people, we can be as brilliant as anybody else on the face of the planet, and we just have to believe in it. And for me, We Gathering gives us the opportunity not just to believe, but to prove to ourselves and to the rest of the world how capable we are.
Senator King says it is more than fun, frolic, festivities and friendship.
We Gathering is not just about food, fetting and all of that stuff. It is also about we worshiping too, grounding ourselves back in something spiritual so that we begin to understand how all of these things link to improve the standard of living in the country, not just from a governmental perspective, but from an individual perspective. Because once you're grounded in things, then the arguments and the violence and all the other things that happen from time to time will begin to subside. And I'm a firm believer that when you put God first, everything else falls into place.
At the stop at Oyston's Christchurch, Senior Minister William Duguid made a clarion call to all and sundry to come back home and to become involved.
This is not only about celebrating Barbados, but also getting people from the diaspora to come and get involved. Come back home. Come back and get submerged in your culture. Come back and re-establish your roots. Come back and greet family and friends. Because Barbados is gathering and gathering in 2025.
After completing the special stops and taking in all the parishes, the motorcade reached St. Lucie to complete the day's festivities with a multicultural cast of speakers and entertainers. Trevor Thorpe, CBC News.
Thank you so much, Trevor. The Barbados Workers Union is urging Barbadian workers to give support to the union as it continues fighting business entities on their behalf. This from General Secretary of the BWU, Senator Tony Moore. In her New Year's address, Ms. Moore stressed that just last year, the union secured major victories for workers, including at BICO and the Barbados Oil Company, ensuring fair treatment and improved working conditions, successfully pushed for the payment of outstanding severance for workers in the sugarcane industry, and secured long overdue funds for workers at the UWI. Ms. Moore says there's still much more to be done.
One of our most significant achievements in 2024 was the introduction and eventual passage of the Labour Clauses Concessions Act in both Houses of Parliament. This legislation, which was first raised by the BWU during a social partnership meeting, now ensures that companies benefiting from government concessions must meet their obligations to their workers. This was a pivotal moment for the hotel sector in particular, where far too often profits have been prioritized over people. This act is a step forward to ensuring that investments into our country bring social returns, not just financial ones. However, investments alone are not enough.
Ms. Moore lamented the number of companies that continue to profit immensely from the support of Barbadians, but refuse to honor their commitment to workers in the country. She says the union intends to call them out in 2025.
Because Bajans like fried chicken, KFC must not be allowed to think that they can ram that and anything else down our throats. No, these are not the only bad examples, but today, these are the ones we call out and commit to calling out others in the new year to arrest their bad business practices. This is why we are saying to Barbadians, bet who bet you. Support those who support you. Too often companies are emboldened to continue treating workers poorly because we as workers and we as consumers give them the capital and comfort to do so.
The year 2025 will be one of negotiation and bargaining for the National Union of Public Workers. In her New Year's message, President Kimberly Agard says 2025 is not just the start of a new calendar year, but a time for renewal, reflection, and recommitment to the principles that unite us. Reflecting on 2024, she says it's presented the NUPW with significant challenges, which ranged from navigating changes in government services to addressing long-standing issues related to contracts, working conditions, and departmental mergers.
In 2025, these challenges remain, but so too does our resolve to meet them head-on. This year, we enter into negotiations on salaries and wages, a matter that directly impacts the well-being of our members and their families. Let me assure you that your interest remains at the heart of everything we do. Our leadership team is committed to securing the best possible outcomes, whether through improved compensation, better working conditions, or more equitable treatment for all workers.
And UPW General Secretary Richard Green also had a message to membership, pledging to give honest representation on all matters which promote improvement in health, finances, career, family, spirituality, fairness, equity, and justice.
If Barbados could achieve full employment, fair and equitable social and economic development for all, that the complete protection of the rights of our workers whilst ensuring that food, education, health, and the human rights for every Barbadian is accomplished, this union would be happy. However, the reality is that there are still families that do not have equal access to an adequate quality of life. This union will endeavor to ensure that those vulnerable groups are uplifted and enfranchised.
Champion horse trainer for 2024, Robert Pierce, says consistency has been the key to his success at the Garrison Savannah. Pierce is celebrating along with veteran Ricky Walcott, who is the champion jockey of the Barbados Turf Club 2024 season.
You know, it was a very exciting year all year. Got all really good trainers that I train against, and, you know, it's always interesting, and we all got battles together, and it comes on to the end. It was really satisfying at the end. You know, I had a really good year. I didn't have any class horses or any, like, Triple Crown horses and stuff like that, but yeah, I still managed to win 33 races and 20% per win, which is a very good average. 49% of my horses ran any money, so that was very good. Well, look at it, and it's only 23 races in a year, and I won 33 races, so that was almost a minute and a half a day. So it was very satisfying, you know.
Pierce also says 2025 has already started to take shape, with his charges also doing well.
Well, I have some really nice 3-year-olds. Well, 2-year-olds now turning 3. And I have a lot, but I have a few very nice ones. And then Valiant, Wonderwall, Dorcas, you know, Chance. I got some nice 2-year-olds. So I'm looking forward to for them for sure. With the Triple Crown and the Derby and stuff like that coming up. I don't have a Gold Cup horses yet. You know, I'm always looking for the right horse for the Gold Cup, but that doesn't come easy. So I might get one this year. If I don't, I'll look for one for next year.
And that is our update of news at this time. Do tune in at 12 noon here on TV8 for an even bigger package of news. That's Newsday at noon here on CBC TV8. Or if you're on the move, tune into our radio stations for the simulcast of The World at 1, 98.1 FM, 94.7 FM, and Q 100.7 FM. The time has now moved on to 15 minutes after 7 o'clock. Time for another break here on Morning Barbados, but stay with us. We have lots more coming up after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew. When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And together we will travel the world.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you and welcome back. It's 7:18 on this January 2nd, 2025. I'm taking my time, so if I'm a little pedantic today, you'll know why. It's going to take a minute or two to get accustomed to these new dates. And then for some reason, Thursday and January 2nd don't go together in my head. January 2nd needs to be a Tuesday or something. Yeah, that's the way the brain is working. Anyways, we're going to get there together. If you're just waking up, Happy New Year. Thanks for tuning in this morning and sharing with us. If you're watching us from under the covers, I understand because the parties were many and they were quite exciting based on what I was told. Now, the very first on-set guest for 2025, we are so happy to have Carrie Trotman joining us again.
Thank you.
So welcome, Happy New Year and good morning.
Good morning, Happy New Year to you as well.
Fantastic. Now, for those who don't know, Carrie is a football coach, former member of the Barbados women's national team, and now you're here to tell us about some wonderful information. A lot of the times when we think of sports, usually after the initial stint with the national teams, people think, what else is there to do? But here you are, being able to boast that you've been able to go outside of Barbados and acquire a new certification to put you on par with trainers across the globe. So congrats on that, first of all. Now let's bring the audience in. So tell us all about this next step for you in certification.
Okay, I was fortunate to be given the Olympic Solidarity Scholarship. It just happened to stumble across it on the internet, and then after that, some friends told me that, you know, maybe you should do it. And I was a little daunted by the fact that it was going to be in Hungary, some place that, you know, I've never been to Europe. So it was, you know, pretty nervous to think about even applying. So I was like, you know, the saying is you never do anything in your comfort zone. So that was definitely taking me out of my comfort zone. So I applied, and then to be fortunate to be the one to be given it was even more, I don't know how to say it, more exciting, nervous, everything well together in one.
Wow, that's exciting stuff. And to head off to Hungary, let's backpedal a little bit so that we can come forward. Talk to me about what initially piqued your interest in football.
I would say it would have to be my uncle. Growing up, my mother worked, and some evenings she would not get home in time, so I would chill with my uncle, and he was an avid scrimmager. So I would go with him to scrimmage, and I would sit down and watch, and I just liked it from there. And every day at lunchtime I would go play with my friends, and some of the boys was like, Carrie, you actually good, you know. So, you know, I'm usually a very humble person, so telling me I'm good sometimes doesn't really, you know, settle. It just bounces off, and I just carry on. So it started from very young. I was like 7 or 8, just, you know, hanging out with my uncle, just regular family time.
Yeah, I find sometimes is not being able to kind of accept compliments. That's some of it.
Yes.
And in other instances, I found that when things come easily, you don't see the big deal that other people see because they can't do it.
Yeah.
So that's why sometimes we minimize our talents. Yeah. But, you know, we've seen you, or we've heard about your track record, so we know that you are indeed good. How has the transition been from being center stage, kind of being on the field and playing as a part of national squads and successful teams to coaching?
The transition for me, it was easier than I expected, because I've seen other players transition and they still want to play. But for me, I think it would happen back in 2014, my last national duties. I would have hurt my MCL, would have had an MCL strain early in the year. And I said to me, if I can come back and play at least one more time, I'm going to hang up the boots, because it was very scary. The initial injury, that was one of my major injuries from all my time playing football. So it was pretty scary. But also to being older in age than the other ladies, because I would have started back playing at 25 back in 2000 and something. And, you know, like I was playing with a lot of young ladies that is between the ages of like 18 and 21. And that was like, you know, that was what it was at the time in terms of there was no age separation. It was just all women playing. So, yeah, you know, the body ain't always the way it was, you know. So I just had to accept that I'm getting older, leave the stage for others. And for me, I wanted to give back and stay in football. So one of the things that I was told well, coaching, you could go into administration. And since I like being more on the field, I chose to do the coaching.
Now, you've been able to coach across age groups, different divisions. You've coached youth, women's, men's. Share your perspective on the differences. And is there any particular area that, not that you like most, but that you'd like to see develop in a far greater way?
Coaching across different age groups is amazing. For me, I started in 2015 coaching, and I started with under 9s. And at that age, you have to sell it. You have to give them the love, create that, and nurture them into, liking the sport and understanding what it is to play and compete. With women now, it's more empowering and encouraging them to, you can do this, be brave, go out there and play. With the men now, it's more tactical and stuff, preparation. But some of them do need encouragement because, in the male-dominated sport, the men, they got different, levels. So you will get some really good ones, some really bad ones, and so you got to be able to adapt and figure out what is needed in the moment in order to, guide these guys, ladies, everybody.
And kind of strike that balance. I can absolutely see that. Now, back to Europe. So you were able to get this scholarship to do the international coaching course at the Hungarian University of Sports Medicine. Again, congrats on that. How did it go?
It was very enlightening, very empowering. I was able to do like 15 different aspects of sports science, and it opened up my eyes to not just the practical, but the theoretical part of it. And it was very, very, very intense over the past 9 weeks.
Talk to us about how it expanded your knowledge and thought processes about sport generally, but football specifically.
Hungary's approach to sports is amazing. I look forward to seeing when Barbados is, get to that level. I mean, we are a dot compared to them, but they are very, their approach is very open-minded. In terms of football now, it was like they challenged the players from very young. So like certain things in terms of like goalkeeping, for example, they encourage that from very small. So they do a section of training with the younger kids, getting them to be brave and not being afraid of the ball. And I think that's something that we can look at doing that from our level, because goalkeeper position is a specialist position, and we are usually, when we get teams, you always find that you just throw the fattest kid in the bars. So if we can engage them from early and get them into understanding the goalkeeping position and how important it is, we can develop some goalkeepers from very young.
Certainly an interesting perspective. Now, for those looking on and hoping to kind of follow in your footsteps, maybe just transitioning out of sport, need not only be football, but transitioning out of sport and still wanting to play a role.
Right.
What would be your advice to them?
Like I said, nothing is easy, but if that is something you want to do, I think you should go ahead and don't be afraid. Sometimes it's very scary, especially for me in my environment where it's mostly male dominated, and sometimes you feel like your voice isn't being heard. You have to push through. So don't be afraid, take the step, look for good mentors around you to help you through the process, and keep pushing forward.
Now, Katie, you were also nominated for the Barbados Football Association's prestigious Argentine Caribbean Youth Football Training of Trainers program.
Yes.
So you've been busy.
Pretty much. So in 2023, I would have been given the opportunity to take on coaching education. It was three sections. So it was an online section. This is with CONCACAF and FIFA. And so this new one with Argentina, this is going to be adding to what I've done thus far. And the sort of person I am, I want to encourage people. So if I can get into education in terms of being able to encourage people into the coaching arena, because when I look at it now in football, there's a lot of the coaches are older people, and we're seeing we had some deaths recently and some of the really established coaches. So we need to encourage people in. So this is the opportunity for me to channel being, in that period of being not too old but not too young, to encourage the younger people in and guide them in the right path, because I think coaching education is big. And I think when I started my journey as a coach and I did my first license, it kind of opened my eyes. So coaches tend to try to make things simpler for us as players, and sometimes it don't always click. But when I started my education path, now I see what they were trying to do. So I appreciate that, and I want to be able to be part of that and move the...
Outside of developing the sport, football is what we're really focusing on.
Yeah.
We know what sport can do for youth, what sport can do for young people generally, communities, and development. So your thoughts on the impact you think something like the Prime Minister's Cup has had on football generally, because for the first time we saw thousands upon thousands of people coming together every single week, and then the culmination with this big game at Kensington Oval, where people were actually making a little loot, which makes a difference.
Yeah, for sure.
So what do you think that can do for the sport?
That was definitely a really good thing. Like, people look at football and have a negative aspect because in the past year they had some incidents, but we gotta move past that. We gotta try to look at the positive and keep pushing forward. So the Prime Minister's Cup really brought the community out. I am a person that generally don't really go out and watch football after a certain time, but I was like, yeah boy, I get into this. I mean, the atmosphere, everything, it was very, very, very good. So if we can keep doing stuff like that, even it doesn't have to be Prime Minister's Cup, it could be some other thing. We gotta find ways and means to engage the youth, keep the community together, and push everything forward, because football is one of the biggest sports in the world.
It is the biggest sport in the world. You're being modest. It's a big. I mean, in this part of the world, we love cricket.
Yes.
But generally, football is the number one sport. In the world. Talking about bringing it home, though, what are some of the changes that you'd like to see made to the sport based on the experience of this new training in Hungary and the experience of having gone through that Argentine program?
Well, the Argentine program is coming up. It's not yet, but I definitely want to see, in terms of the female game, we need to. I think my scare right now as a ex-female national player and coach is that it's kind of dwindling. It's like last year we had only one competition for the ladies, and that's not enough. In order for the ladies to be able to compete at that level, we gotta be able to play games. So if we can't have our local leagues going consistently, we're gonna have problems. And I don't want to see that. I had to start back at 25. I played from 7 to 16. I had to stop. And that period, then I was able to start back at 25. I don't want that to happen again, right? So I would like to be able to, get into the right areas of the association that I can channel change and maybe help direct that part of it. I think we have a very good youth program across the island. I've been able to coach with 2 clubs, Kickstart and Technique FC, and from what I can see, the guys are very much on the right path in terms of the youth. So definitely to streamline the women and continue pushing the youth forward would be one of the 2 things that I would look at.
You mentioned that you've been seeing some dwindling. Do you mean in the interest from the women in football, or the interest from outside parties kind of pouring into
a bit of both? A bit of both. Even so, for me, like I said, I played, and I had that long stint where I didn't play at all, and then to come back in, and I say because I had good foundation, I was able to just come back in seamlessly. I've spoken to young players, probably like just turned 18, and they're telling me they're not coming back to nationals. And I'm like, why do we play football here in Barbados? To play at the highest level, you want to represent your country. So if we can't engage the players into wanting to have that national pride, we gotta be doing something wrong. So
yeah, but there are a number of reasons. I know there have been moves of late to formalize things, but once you get a certain age, there is the expectation that you will make some money. So a lot of people have to get back to maybe family life, to making money, to basic survival. And that's something we're not seeing as yet here in sport, where we have elite athletes who are able to really survive just playing the sport. What do you think we need to do to be able to get to that place?
I think we got to change our culture. When I look at it, when I was in Europe, it is the culture. When I come to football in Barbados, I got kids that come into football because their parents send them. When I was over there, kids was coming football, and it was totally engaged in the football culture. It's like from very small to big, they were always engaged. It was not like, okay, I feel like doing that, I can play with the rocks and stuff. It's always engaged. If a ball roll away, somebody running to get it. It's like, let's go. You know, it's like the mentality, the culture. We need to revamp our culture and try to move things forward. That's the only way. Changing the mindsets.
Yeah, I think for a long time the focus was heavily on academics. Yeah. And if you weren't academic, then it was nothing else. Now we have
still get that.
A football buff in the back who is going on and on in my ear about you saying what's your favorite football club, because we know that his club hasn't really been doing so well lately. So, you know, ode to Ruel, your favorite club.
I bet we have the same favorite club. United.
Which is?
Manchester United.
Man U?
Yes.
He's like, wrap up the show.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I have to give a big shout out to my friend David on the Man U thing. But for him, it definitely is not Man U. But that's your team?
Yes, that has been
Why
my
Man
team.
U?
I think that during my period away from football, I wasn't really, I guess I was disgruntled, if you would say. And when I came back into it, a lot of people that I look up to and mentor, they support that club. So I spent a lot of time watching it, and that was the good days with you know, Alex Ferguson as at the helm. So, you know, that kind of developed the love for that club from there. But I can tell people I'm a football coach and I like football, so I watch all football. But I have, you know, everyone has their little favorites, so.
Yeah, we all know Man U. Man U really hasn't been doing
I think
well lately.
They got the same problem as we do.
You have to stand behind your team, man.
For sure.
You have to stand behind your team.
For sure.
All right, so again, congratulations to you. Thanks for coming in and sharing with us. I hope you had a great Christmas season. I know it calls for a lot of Barbadian culture, cleaning and cooking and getting together. But for me, it's all about kind of family and that fellowship and kind of reflecting on the year past and looking to the new year. Yes. What about you?
My Christmas was quiet. Spent it with my mom and then with my grandmother. It's like my grandmother's 93. She's going to be 94 this month. So I definitely enjoy, you know, spending time with them because, you know, you don't know when it's going to be the last. So that's what I do. I usually spend time with them.
That's beautiful stuff, and that's what Christmas is all about. Yes. So we look forward to you coming back after that, the Argentine connection, to hear a little bit more about your views. And this time we're going to meet you on the field.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, I'm not going to boot up, but I'll talk from the sidelines.
You can sneak her up.
I can sneak her.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you so much for coming in, and make sure you look up for the contributions that she will be making. Kerry Trotman, football coach and former member of the Barbados women's national team, getting certified from across the globe and making sure that she comes back to Barbados to be able to share with not only the youth teams, but the women's teams and the men's teams as well. Yes. It's time for another break here on Morning Barbados, but come on back. We have lots more coming up.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
Follow me to Q in the community this Thursday.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together,
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Well, you know, there's still quite a few days left in Christmas. We don't expect you to take down those beautiful Christmas lights as yet. There's some people all over the place with some wonderful Christmas lights up. I know that's a lot of work. If you've been in the area of St. Philip, Cox Hill, and you've looked up, there's a house up there. I think that is one of the most spectacular houses that I've seen in terms of the lights that are displayed. You definitely should check it out. And a lot of people have been talking about the Northern Lights presentation. But it's time now for us to jingle all the way and win. We're still celebrating Christmas here on Morning Barbados, thanks to standard distribution on Wildy and powered by Flow. Now, many of you have not yet collected your gifts, so we want to make sure that we get those gifts to you. Now we're into the new year and the hustle and bustle of looking toward Christmas Day is out of the way, but we are still giving away with the compliments of our partners. So today up for grabs, a Hamilton Beach blender, definitely something to look forward to. And it's a Power Elite blender. and it comes with some full accent well to check it out. And we've been sharing this one with you. This one certainly has been a hit. A beautiful cutlery set as well. You get that, or a gorgeous diffuser. And all you have to do is answer a simple question. Simple question. Now, we hear that song playing all the time, all lang syne. The question is, what does that mean? Can you answer that? What does all lang syne mean? If you can give us the answer to that, you can be the lucky winner of one of these beautiful prizes with the compliments of standard distribution and powered by Flow. So call me up on 228-5562 or 228-5563 and let me know if you think you know. Now, we have one thing to ask. If you've won, give somebody else an opportunity to win. We don't necessarily want to be giving away 2 or 3 prizes to one person. So if you've already won, we're only going to give one gift. All right? So let's go to the phone lines. Peter, someone is there? Peter says thumbs up. Good morning. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
St. Peter.
St. Peter. Good stuff. Did you have a good Christmas?
Yes, I did.
What made it so good?
Friends, family, food, everything.
So you cooked everything that you could find in the fridge?
Yes.
That's just the way we like it. All right. Do you have the answer to the question? Of course, the question is, what does all lang syne literally translate to?
I had it. I can't remember.
They say Google is not a lifeline, but it absolutely is. If you can Google it, go quickly. You have a few seconds. So if you know the literal translation of all lang syne, of course, you know, we sing it all the time, but we don't necessarily know what it means. So give a guess, give a guess. Oh. All right, we're going to have to say...
farewell to all the warriors, right? For all time's sake.
Almost, but not quite. She was very close. For old time's sake, farewell to the old. It's along those lines, but not quite. All right? So 228-5562, 228-5563 for your chance to win. Let's go back to the phone line. Sorry, Miss St. Peter. Next time, make sure you Google it before you come in. Google can be a lifeline. Good morning and welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Lisa, I'm calling from St. James.
Hi, Lisa. Happy New Year.
Likewise to you and all the staff at CBC.
Thank you so much. Did you have a good Christmas?
Yes, I would say so. When you have family and friends, I have Christ in it will always be a good Christmas.
Lisa, like me, do you have too much leftover food in the fridge?
No, not with the persons I have in the family.
So they're like, Charles, clean up?
Yeah.
All right, how did you welcome in the new year?
Church. Yeah.
Church, as you should. All right, so now, what is the literal translation of Auld Lang Syne?
Okay, like Old Long Syne, for the sake of old times.
Absolutely. It is old, long since. What does that mean to you when you're talking about old, long since?
Reflecting on the past and seeing what has been accomplished and saying bye-bye and moving on.
Oh, that's beautiful. You are absolutely correct. You're right. The literal translation is old, long since, Auld Lang Syne, a song about reflecting on the past, friendships formed, bidding farewell to the old and welcoming the new. The song translates in English and the lyrics are in Scots, an early Scottish language. The song meaning is often interpreted for old time's sake or for the olden times. So as we reflect on the new year, you have to pick a number to win one of these fantastic prizes. Is there any that you fancy?
The blender.
Are you going to be, will this tie into your New Year's resolutions? And will you be blending your way to health in 2025 if you win this?
Sure.
She
I
said
share
sure.
with all others so that they will also have good health and wellness.
All right, good stuff. So pick a number, 1, 2, or 3.
3.
3. Let's start in the middle. Number 3, you get this one. So congratulations to you. Thanks so much for participating. I'll give you the opportunity now to say Happy New Year to friends and relatives, neighbors, your community, whomever you want to say Happy New Year to.
Thanks so much. Happy New Year to all my family, the Lewis family, and all my workmates. Thank you so much.
All
Take
right.
care.
Thank you for participating, Lisa. Thanks for watching, and Happy New Year to you and yours. You got another chance to win again tomorrow if you didn't get through today, so make sure you put your thinking caps on. It's just about 10 minutes to go until we wrap up today's show. But what we did is we had a fantastic time sharing all the good times we had in 2024. If you didn't get to catch the 2 shows on Monday and Tuesday, the 30th and 31st, you can go back on YouTube and watch them in their entirety. You will be delighted. But we wanted to make sure that we could give you a brief recap of 2024 Morning Barbados style. Good morning and welcome to the best of Morning Barbados. I'm Tisha Hines and I'm thrilled to guide you through some of the most memorable moments from 2024. Our first highlights remind us of the enlightening discussions with His Excellency David Comishong, Barbados Ambassador to CARICOM. He shared his invaluable insights on regional unity and the critical role CARICOM plays in shaping the future of our nation and the Caribbean. His passion for fostering collaboration and cultural pride was truly inspiring. Sean Clark, the driving force behind Supreme Counseling for Personal Development, shared quite a bit this year. His commitment to empowering young people and fostering positive change in our community left a lasting impression. Some of our standout moments this year came from our talks with Cornelius Bartlett, family advocate and founder of Family Fest Barbados. Cornelius opened up about the importance of family values and the creative ways Family Fest brings people together to celebrate their bonds. We also had the pleasure of speaking with Dr. Dale Brathwaite, a naturopath whose expertise in holistic health and natural healing brought a fresh perspective to our audience. His practical tips on maintaining wellness resonated deeply with our viewers. Up next, we highlight a crucial discussion with Dr. John Barker, consultant obstetrician gynecologist, who shed light on women's health. His expertise and compassion touched many hearts. One of this year's most informative segments featured Dr. Paul Rouse, a urologist, who addressed critical topics in men's health and wellness. His approachable way of breaking down complex issues was invaluable. Consultant General and Breast Surgeon at the QEH, joined us to discuss the advances in breast cancer treatment and the importance of early detection. In another memorable conversation, we sat down with Nicholas Roberts, president of HERMAP, who shared his insights on leadership, workplace well-being, and the evolving role of human resources in Barbados. Finally, we revisit a touching conversation with Dr. Gillian Birchwood, consultant pediatrician and neonatologist, whose dedication to health and well-being of our children was both heartwarming and inspiring. These incredible contributors made 2024 a remarkable year for Morning Barbados. Thank you all for your passion, expertise, and unwavering dedication to making a difference in our community. Throughout the year, I wasn't on set alone. It's been an absolute joy to share the Morning Barbados stage with some incredible co-hosts who brought their unique flair, expertise, and energy to the show. A huge thank you to Kay Cozier, whose warmth and engaging personality made every segment a delight. Dr. Kenneth Connell shared his wisdom and fun personality, enriching our discussions with a wealth of knowledge and some much-needed laughs. And Senator Andwele Boyce, whose insightful perspectives and sharp wit kept our conversations lively and thought-provoking. Who could forget the fun times we had throughout the year? From dancing with Ghana's Afrobeat sensations Afronita and Usher One Baby to surprising moments like Dennis Sobers turning me into a rock star, the fun never stopped. I had quite the time. Firstly, I played lots of cricket, and I dare say I was quite good at it too. Not only did I beat the creator of the first ever board cricket game at his own tabletop version of the sport, but I also took on Taher Bulbulia and Shawnee Smith in studio and showed them how the game is played. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Early in the year, while we were still at Standard, Ghana's Afrobeat sensations Afronita and Usher One Baby tried to teach me how to do some traditional dance. I can't boast too much about this, as my two left feet showed up. We were all in the proper mood too, and so artist Stabby was just one of the artists who showed me some moves. We also were ecstatic to meet the winner of Mornin Barbados Best Summer Photo Contest, Anastasia Bernard.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Jamaican reggae artist Anthony B and I had a fun time on the couch. And you don't often get to see the team working behind the scenes, but food sometimes lures them in front of the camera. So our official taster from the Mornin Barbados team, Everson Brown, accepted the difficult job of devouring a massive burger prepared by none other than Chef Michelle Maloney Smart of Smart Meats. The team also held their own and had loads of fun when Team CBC challenged the Standard Distribution crew to an Easter egg hunt. Guess what? Standard won. Trevor Pretty, who brings lots of artists to Barbados every year to raise funds for the HIV Food Bank, made this year no exception. He came through with quite a few of them who are signed to Pretty Boy Worldwide, and boy did they have a great time during our Independence Day show. There were also a few surprises for me. The team conspired with inventor of a style of sculpting called Lapiscalpo art, Dennis Sobers, to surprise me with one of his sensational creations. Now, I'm truly a rock star. And producer Nadia Foster enlisted the help of the crew at Ansa Motors to surprise me for my birthday. I am still in awe at that.
Happy birthday.
And that wraps up the Best of Morning Barbados 2024 Part 2. As we say goodbye to this incredible year, we extend heartfelt gratitude to you, our viewers, contributors, guests, partners, sponsors, and supporters. On behalf of the Morning Barbados team and the board, management, and staff of the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation, we wish you and yours a joyful, prosperous, and healthy new year. Thank you for making us a part of your mornings, and we look forward to sharing more amazing moments with you in 2025. See you next year.
But when they come to the ordinary class, this is the way how them girls laugh their head. My belly! Who am I? I'm a
Oh boy, was it a wonderful year, and we certainly hope that we're able to continue to bring the laughs. We gave you lots of behind the scenes. You know, you'll get to see more of it as the year progresses. On behalf of the entire team, Happy New Year to you. Thanks for joining us. Coming up tomorrow, Kaimani Devonish is going to be here for a standout performance. You don't want to miss that. And we're also going to be telling you all about a big math seminar that's coming in. That's it from us. Have a great day today, and we'll see you, God willing, tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning.